Decisions, decisions. Last week, in her final service for us, Reverend Cheryl talked about making choices moving forward. Earlier today, I asked you to make decisions about how to do, if we do, how we do it, the meet and greet. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about decisions. And I hear you thinking, well, isn't that the same thing as making choices? Not really. According to Forbes, to illustrate the difference, let's use a TV remote as an example. With your remote, you can choose from an endless list of shows and channels. You could choose a simple sitcom, a TED Talk on physics, or a golf tournament. You're at your place of choice, but not a decision. You don't make decisions in a void. Decisions are influenced by many factors, both external and internal, such as habit, culture, education, goals. It's when you start taking these factors into consideration that you move to the point of decision. If you're watching TV just to relax, then a simple sitcom or reality show might be just fine. But if you want to be able to participate and talk with your friends about the most popular show that they're all watching, you might choose to watch that. That may seem simplistic. I'll make it even more simple. I decided to wear a tie today. I made a choice, good or bad, on this tie. We all have to make decisions in life. We talk about them with each other, with our friends, with our family. I have a huge decision to make. And our family or our friends will say, oh, I don't envy you that. But really don't think about the so many small decisions we make every day. Consider this. You're leaving for work or an errand, and you get to the car, and you're just about to get in, and you remember, oh, dang, I was going to take that book back to the library, and it's on the way. So you turn and start to go back and get the book. But then you think, I'll just return it tomorrow. And so off you go, blissfully unaware. But what if you had gone back in and gotten that book and left your home 3 minutes later? Unknown to you, you would have been in the middle of an intersection where the stoplights had stopped working and there was a multiple car accident that killed 2 and injured many. But you didn't know about it because you made a decision to leave your house. Even though you might actually never know about the accident, that was a life-altering decision that you made. That simple decision could have changed your life. We have no idea how many simple, not really thought about decisions we've made in our lives that could have actually altered it dramatically. Dr. Lisa McLean, a psychiatrist, states in an AMA article that every day, just in our personal lives, we are making tons of decisions. Many of these decisions you are not even consciously making. You open the refrigerator door and sometimes the only thing that's in there is bagels, and that's a pretty easy decision. But if there are a lot of different things in terms of what do I eat, what do I wear, what do I do with my day or my day off, these are the kind of small decisions that can actually lead to stress. Dr. McLean noted that by the time the average person goes to bed, they have made, consciously or unconsciously, over 35,000 decisions in the course of their day. Now, those are just minor decisions. What if we talk about the big decisions? At Austin Peay State University, go Govs, well, actually we said go P, but that's probably not best to be said here in the pulpit. In my 3rd semester, in the pre-veterinary curriculum, I got a B on my midterm in chemistry. Now that messed up my 4.0, and I was planning to transfer to Auburn, and I couldn't do that if I didn't have a 4.0. I was worried about that, and I went to my next class, which was, I'm not making this up, Beef Cattle 101, and I got a 99 on the midterm, which was great. except the professor graded on the curve, and the next highest score was an 89. Everyone in class hated me. You know, I don't actually remember making the decision, but later that day, I changed my major to music. I was young. It was a, well, this might as well happen moment. And now here I am in front of you to talk about decisions we could all make. That changed the trajectory of my life. We could certainly look at important decisions together, which is what I wanted us to do today. And we could make it about the microcosm of the state of our democracy. Well, let's not go there. I'm sure we'll hear a lot about that in the coming months. I'm looking at you, Peter. Yeah. Let's talk about the microcosm of our church. What do we want our church, our congregation, our community, our services to look like moving forward? In September of last year, I challenged you to start thinking about that. How we could help make decisions to help support Leslie and explore ways to strengthen RE, to attract more families to our congregation. I ask you to consider what if we once again had a full music program like we once had. Our fabulous pianists, our musicians, our guest artists, and even more. What if we had more music in the service? Do we want to revisit those things? Guest soloist. Now, I lead with these two for one important reason. As Merritt told you, I was DRE here for a while. I'd actually been DRE in Studio City Church before coming here. I attended an Eastern DRE summit at the mountain, and in a week of work in analyzing ways to grow our congregations and looking at our own congregations, it was determined that there are two key aspects that helped bring people into the congregation: a thriving religious education program and engaging music in the services. So these are things we might want to consider. And we are now Zooming services. We should decide, do we want to continue that? I mean, it's so helpful to those of you at home to be able to do this. So let's make a decision perhaps to really do it. Let's find a way to fund the right equipment, things that are easier to do and set up so that we can give the best quality performance to those who Zoom in with us. Yeah, I know I said performance, I'm an actor, it happens. We can also decide to be more helpful and more visible within our outside community. We once had a sister church. Would we like to do that again? I know I really enjoyed their services and them coming over here to be part of ours. We could get more visible, help Peter more. So that when people ask, where do you go to church? And you said, well, I go to the Unitarian Universalist church. Instead of saying, what? They'll say, oh, you are those people who are doing all that good work in town. These are big decisions. And I'm not asking you to make these decisions right now, to just start pondering them. And the great thing is, we don't have to do this alone. Reverend Kathy Hurt introduced herself to us in the recent Beacon, saying that as our interim minister, she would be joining us to, in her words, accompany you in this transitional journey of discernment to consider who you are and where you are going as a church. Transition work is a mix of creativity and anxiety, including times of loss and surprising gain, as it brings us both, whether we are in a personal transition or whenever we are in a community transition, to clarify about what matters mean the most to us and why. I'm looking forward to that. She'll be here August 1st to be setting up, and she'll be in the pulpit in September. I know we're all looking forward to her guidance and help. And we meet and we begin this process the decisions that you make about what you would like to see happen here that we can share with her will help us to reach our full potential and then be really ready for our next settled minister. So make decisions. Decisions about what you want to bring to the table, big or small. If you think your idea is silly, remember at one point in time, someone stood in a room and said, hey, what if the tornadoes had sharks in them? I'm just saying, 5 really awful movies later, but they keep getting made. So make your decisions. You don't have to make them now, but decide to make them now. I'm going to do one more thing, because I know one thing that I've missed, and some of you may not, was responsive readings, because we really weren't able to do that well over Zoom, which would be one of the things if we decided to do them, we would fix. But for those of you who might have forgotten what a responsive reading is, we're going to do one right now, but I'm going to ask Merritt to stand in for you guys. So Merritt, come on up here and let's do a responsive reading. You ready?
Ready.
You don't like responsive readings.
We do like responsive readings.
You do like responsive readings?
We don't like responsive readings. We are UUs and we decide when to change.
Well, responsive readings run contrary to everything you believe as in a Unitarian Universalist, because instead of formulating your own thoughts and opinions in your own unique way, you simply repeat words that I have chosen for you.
Like a store-bought greeting card, responsive readings sap us of the ability to choose words and expressions that we ourselves would have chosen.
But look, in a responsive reading, I can make you moo like a cow.
Moo.
Repeat after me. I will never, ever mindlessly repeat words that someone else has chosen for me.
I will never, ever mindlessly repeat words that someone else has chosen for me, unless I want to do a responsive reading. I am a UU.
And either way, I will always take care of my thoughts by formulating them in my own unique way.
I will always take care of my thoughts by formulating them in my own unique way. But I still appreciate help making decisions. But do not make me moo again.
See what fun. I want to thank you all for attending today. It's so great to see all of you here and know all of you are watching from home. As I said, you don't have to make your decisions today, but I would like you to decide to start making some. And now I have decided to end this homily wishing you well and say, let's have fun moving forward together. Namaste, blessed be, amen, and rock on.